What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you come into the channel. Check out the content. And with that being said, man, I'm gonna get right into it. Shawn Kemp, right? Who used to play for the for Seattle Supersonics. He was recently on a podcast. All that what is it? Up in all the smoke, right? And they asked him about LeBron James and what he think about LeBron James. Is LeBron James the GOAT? And would LeBron James be able to play, back in his era? And he's, that's why I like these old 80s and 90s basketball players. Shawn Kemp mainly played in the 90s. But these guys are coming out and they're being honest about like what they think about LeBron, because these guys like Shawn Kemp, last week I did a video on Mario Ellie. These guys are just being honest. Like, and what he said and what I agree with, he just said like LeBron is a great basketball player, but LeBron is not the GOAT. And he also went so far as to say LeBron's game is more like Magic Johnson, and he thought that it was a mistake to compare LeBron to Michael Jordan, which I think that was a good point, right? Because that point guard mindset is a whole lot different than what Mike was. Mike wasn't a distributor. He was like, he wanted to score. Mike was more of an assassin than he was like, you know what I mean, like a facilitator. Magic was a facilitator and helped, put people in positions to score. That wasn't Mike's game. And so I think it's better to compare LeBron James, like Shawn Kemp did, to Magic Johnson. Kobe and Mike, I would think, and just like Shawn Kemp said, Kobe and Mike are in the same, they had that same mindset. They in that same kind of class. Although, in my opinion, Mike is Mike was a better ball player than Kobe. But yeah, man, that's like, and the more we get to hear these guys from like the 90s, right, and play who played in the 90s, the more these guys are saying that LeBron is not the GOAT. And so for the media to continue to push that narrative and LeBron and his camp to push that narrative, I just think they getting exposed. I think they're losing a lot of credibility, right? Because people like Shawn Kemp and, like I said, Mario Ellie, and a lot of other ball players who played in the past years in the 80s and the 90s, especially those ones who are not affiliated with any of the networks or Clutch Management, anything like that. They just, they're giving their honest opinion. They don't have a dog in a fight. And so they just giving their honest opinion. And that's what I think, like, you have to consider the source. These different networks and stuff like that, they trying to, they trying to promote and push a narrative, whereas though you got guys who played and they just giving their honest opinion. Guys who played with Mike. Some of these guys even got a chance, a little bit of an opportunity to play with LeBron. And those guys also saying that, like Mike was just a whole different. He was a whole different kind of. He was a whole different animal. And so you don't want, you want the truth, and it's just saying like these major networks, you can't really get the truth. They're trying to promote a narrative, but the truth, I think, like the honest opinions are coming from guys who played the game professionally during the 80s and the 90s, and that's what I like. You know what I mean? That's what I like, and that's I appreciate the fact that Shawn Kemp, he kept it real. He was like, he don't even think that LeBron. He said LeBron, like if he'd have played during his era, he don't even think that LeBron would have been able to do the things that he did, that he's doing now. Like, for instance, he said that LeBron probably would play more of a two guard spot than he would the 2 or the 3 than he would the the point guard because of his physical stature, and he just wouldn't have been able to do the things because of the physicality of the league back then. He wouldn't have been able to get away with some of the things he can get away with now. And so, I mean, I agree with all of what Shawn Kemp said. And yeah, that's what I like to listen to, those guys who played in the 90s, and they played with Mike, and they had that firsthand knowledge of what Mike was all about. And that's my take on it. Make sure, like I said, to like and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to leave a comment, man. I'm interested in hearing what you all have to say about LeBron and what Shawn Kemp and these guys from the 90s, like what they're saying about LeBron and the comparison to Michael Jordan. And with that being said, I'll check you all out on the next video. Peace.